Sounds great. Thank you, Steve. With the deadline just hours away, lawmakers are rushing to hammer out the specifics of the state's $142 billion spending plan. Lawmakers have little time to pour through these pages upon pages of policy, though. Right now, the focus is on key provisions still up in the air, including legislation that addresses education and ethics reform. And as that clock ticks ever closer to midnight, some people are wondering if they will finish in time. And here to weigh in, our political analyst, New York Post political columnist, Fred Dicker. 5 o'clock tonight, Assembly Speaker Hasty was saying people put too much emphasis on this on-time budget and that maybe a lot will be lost in the shuffle to get this done, or a lot will be hidden. He may not have said that, but we can guess that some things will be hidden in this effort to get this thing done by the deadline.
Well, the truth is, Liz, that most lawmakers won't even know what's in the bills that they're going to be passing tonight. They are rushing and do it on time. The controversy, of course, is over the governor's proposed changes that he calls reforms in teacher discipline, teacher tenure, teacher evaluations, and then ethics proposals. The lawmakers now have all of that, but it's in hundreds of pages of legislation. Many of them admit they don't even understand what it's all about in terms of exactly what it means. And throughout the day today, very powerful political forces led by the teachers' unions have been very aggressively trying to convince Assembly Democrats to vote against some of these proposals, Liz. And it may be that there'll be elongated debates tonight because a lot of these Democrats are very upset, and that could make for a late budget.
You know, we also heard Jim Tedisco saying that, he doesn't believe in these messages of necessity for something like this, that it should be saved for an emergency situation. But that's the only way this is going to happen now. Is there a lot of buzz about this being the wrong way to go about things?
Not especially. I mean, it's easy for Jim Tedisco, who's in the Republican minority, to say that. If he was in the majority, I suspect he might be doing something else. But the bottom line is he's right on this. I mean, these are very complex bills. It's in a way like Obamacare. Remember that famous line from Nancy Pelosi, you have to pass it first before you learn what's in it. That's what they're doing with the budget, and we've seen them do it before. The governor and these leaders have promised to do things differently. They haven't. They broke that promise. And I would note, interestingly enough, in the Times today, and the governor is very sensitive about that, the New York Times story on the budget referred to Cuomo as having blinked on this budget. He promised a lot of reforms. He said he would hold up the budget. Now he's out front trying to get this passed on time. All
right, we'll see where it goes then, and we'll have you along for the ride. Thank you very much, Fred. Fred's on the radio, of course, live from the state capitol, weekday mornings. It's 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM radio.